Hello parents, and welcome to my channel. If your child is struggling with multiplication at home, you're in the right place. And today I want to teach you how to use your pen and your paper to teach your child multiplication. Oftentimes as mothers or aunties or parent kids with homework in the house, you sometimes don't have access to some instructional materials, or times where the hustle and bustling of parenting and going to work, we don't have time to go to those things. But there are ways we can teach with just the paper and the pen and just to make it interesting for the child to learn. So before you start, you need to prep your child. So let's get straight to the video. So you prep your child by showing the symbol for multiplication and allow your child to identify the symbol. So we have this. So you tell your child, what sign is this? If your child is calling it X, then go and put another symbol. So we have, this is a plus sign, addition. So you ask your child, what sign is this? And if your child gets it right, then you're about to begin. Then you add another sign just to be sure. Then your child identify. If your child is correct, you're good to go. Then you put another sign just as entry behavior into what you want to teach your child. So if your child gets the sign correctly, he knows this is the plus sign, then you go ahead to put an example for the plus sign. So you go 2 plus 2 and you encourage your child to give you the answer. You count together 1 2 1 2. Make sure you encourage your child to count with you. Count together. So we go 1 2 3 4. Good. If your child is at this level, you are good to go. Then you can move on to multiplication. But if your child cannot do this perfectly, I'm sorry, you cannot go to multiplication. You need to go back to the plus sign and go through the plus sign. But for today's video, we're dealing with multiplication, so we'll go straight to multiplication. So if your child is at this stage, then you're good to go to multiplication. So you start the topic by writing the topic. So we have multiplication. Make sure it is bold and you encourage your child to spell and pronounce after you. So we go multiplication. Multiplication. Now after you've done that and you've emphasized the topic, we're going to go next into defining what multiplication is to your child. And you simply define multiplication to your child as repeated addition. You tell your child to multiplication means repeated addition. Multiplication means repeated addition. Multiplication means repeated addition. Can you see that? So make sure you repeat it times that number 4 or 5 times repeatedly and let your child sing after you. Sometimes when you are teaching your child, they don't get the concept immediately, but they can actually repeat what you have said. So it just keeps ringing on their head. Multiplication means repeated addition. Multiplication means repeated addition. You'll be surprised after a while your brain will process it and you'll be fine. So you can't teach just one day and assume that your child is good to go. You need to repeat it. You need to repeatedly emphasize on what you have said. So let's proceed. So now we know that our child can do addition, so we're going to multiplication as repeated addition, explaining that you just tell the child when you are asked to multiply, you keep adding up until you get your answer. That is what multiplication simply means. So now we go straight to giving the child example, and always remember to let your child know the symbol for multiplication, which is this. At this level, this is the only symbol you take your child at this level. I'm talking of age 3, 4, 5. By giving an example, so our first example, number 1. Example 1. Then we have 2 times 3 equals box. So I'm trying to find what is in the box. Okay, so always tell your child when you are multiplying, you always go for the smaller number. 2 and 3, which is smaller, 2. Then we draw 2 circles. I always love circle because it's easy for any child to draw a circle. It's not too complex, but for special ability children, based on the therapy the child is using, you decide what shape you want to use. So we have 2 boxes, and in the 2 boxes we have the numbers that we want to multiply. So we want to do 2 times 3, that's 2 multiplied by 3 to give us our answer. So we've drawn 2 circles, and the next number is 3. So we're going to draw 3 strokes. So we go 1, 2, 3. Remember to always allow your child to count along with you. Do it together with your child. We have 1, 2, 3. So now we have 3 here, we have 3 here. We count it together. That means we add up, and then we get our answer. So let's add up. So count along with me. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then our answer is what? 6. And for every good answer said by your child, remember to motivate them. Hey, you did well, that's beautiful. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a power clap. Yay! Baby A is a good girl. Baby B is a good boy. Always remember to cheer them up for every right answer or any right step that they take. So we go to question 2. You've done example 1. Do minimum of 3 examples before you give your child something to do. Minimum of 3. So we have, let's do 3 times 4 equals our box. Okay. Okay, so you ask the child 3 multiplied by 4, which is the bigger number, which is a smaller number. So they identify the big number and the small number. So you remember to tell them that you draw your circles based on the smaller number. So our smaller number here is 3. So ask your child, how many boxes do you draw? Don't assume that maybe I've said it now that you don't. You still ask. So how many boxes do you draw? And they reply. So now if they give you a wrong answer, you go back to explain that no, when you're doing your multiplication and you're drawing your boxes, always opt for the small number to use to draw your boxes. So we have the small number here to be 3, and we're going to draw 3 boxes. Repetition for your toddler, it goes a long way. So we have the smaller number to be 3, so we draw 3 boxes. This is 1, 2, 3 boxes. There are some kids that they might not be able to count the box. They just get carried away with drawing circles, and they will draw like 8 circles for you. If your child is a child like that, so what you do is that for the smaller number, you tell the kid to do this. So I just want to use this as an example. If you have a child that gets carried away with just drawing the boxes and they forget they have a number of box you need to do. So you tell such a child to number their boxes. So they number before they draw. So we have 1. So you tell them put 2 fingers in between. Then the next number is 2. 2 fingers in between. The next number is 3. So now they've written 1, 2, 3. So you ask them to draw a circle under each number. If you have a child that gets easily carried away and they don't know that I'm doing 3 boxes, they just keep drawing, use that to correct that. So let's go back to where we were before. Okay, so we've done our boxes, and then we have the bigger number to be number 4. So we're going to draw 4 strokes inside each of the 3 boxes. Please remember to ask your child, what are we going to put in the box before you proceed. So we have 4. Count. Encourage your child to count with you. Never count alone when you're teaching a child. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Again we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Again we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we count all together. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now answer is 12. Now in education we have individual differences, and then we have ways of dealing with individual differences. You can have a child that when you have too much steps, it becomes too cumbersome for them to remember one step. So you do like that. But there are some kids that you need to, if you miss a step for them, they get it all mixed up. For some children, because you have explained multiplication to mean repeated addition, it means that you must put a plus sign in between the boxes before they understand that they need to count. But for some children, you don't have to put the plus sign in between the boxes before they can to get their multiplication sign. So based on how your child is catching up, you determine how you are going to design the method. You are going to design putting it together for them. So let's assume I have a class where I have a child that has that gets carried away. I have a child that will not be able to put it together if I don't put the sign as each step, and I have a child that can cope. How do I do this multiplication? So I'll go like this. Let's say example 3, we say 3 times 3 equals what? Okay, so I have a kid that gets carried away. So for this question, I have the same number, no bigger, no smaller. I have same number, so I'm gonna draw 3 boxes, and I know I have a kid that gets carried away. So I'll say 1. I'll count 3. I'll put 2 fingers. I'll say 2. I'll put 2 fingers. I'll say 3. Now I'll put my box, circle, circle, and circle. Sorry about that. Then I put my sign, because multiplication means repeated addition. So I put my sign. Then I go for the next number. I count. That's 1, 2, 3. Make sure you count along with your child. 1, 2, 3. Now I put the next one. 1, 2, 3. Then I add everything together. So we count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so our answer is what? Our answer is 9. And always remember to encourage your child for every right step taken, and for every wrong step taken, make it a point of duty to re-explain yourself, go over it again and again. If you really enjoyed this video, please like this video, share it, repost to your friend, and kindly subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and God bless you.